Hi, my name's Mike Raper, Brand Director of North Foils. At North, we eat, sleep, breathe, and live foiling. So we're really excited to present to you our entire range of foils. Our foil system is called Sonar. It's a completely modular system and all the parts are interchangeable. We have two editions, the top of the line carbon edition and the more accessible alloy edition. The editions are made up of the following components: mast in different sizes, fuse one size, and stabilizer one size. You can update the mast, the fuselage, and stabilizer sizes. Everything is retrofittable and future-proof. With our Sonar system, you purchase your wings separately so you can customize your ride on a case-by-case basis. We have multiple different styles of front wings that you can choose from: swept, reflex, mid-aspect, and our new high aspect ratio wings. We understand the world of foiling can be overwhelming, so we're going to make it as easy as we can for you to choose the perfect setup specific to your rider style. I'm excited to introduce Uli Summerlat, North's Product Development Manager for foils. Uli started as a boat builder and went on to study marine engineering and naval architecture. He's a really accomplished naval architect with many years of experience, of which we draw upon, especially within our carbon composites program. Uli's analytical and scientific approach, along with his attention to detail and drive for technical innovation, makes our North Foil products unique.
The foil editions can come in two variations. We have the AF edition, which stands for Aluminium Foil Edition, and we have the CF edition, which stands for Carbon Foil Edition. Both of our editions, the Aluminium as well as the Carbon Edition, come with the S270 stabilizer and a 700mm long fuselage. This setup has to be proven from our experience to be the best to cover the most in a variety of sports and disciplines. Both editions are evolved into mast sizes. We have a 72cm mast or an 85cm mast.
Uli, what would you use the different mast lengths for? What conditions?
If you're predominantly into winging and you want to clear a bit of chop or sea state, you're better off riding an 85cm mast. If you're getting into the sport, a newbie beginner to the sport, or have a shallow water area where you ride most of the time, you're better off with a 72cm mast.
And what do you recommend for prone surfing?
For prone surfing, a 72cm mast would be ideal. It is important to note that all the products of the AF edition and the CF edition are interchangeable. You can mix and match as you want. So your AF mast will fit your aluminium fuselage and it will also fit your carbon fuselage. So if you have a friend that might have a carbon mast and you have an aluminium fuselage, you can easily use his mast on your setup and vice versa.
So Uli, tell us about the difference between the alloy and the carbon editions.
There are a few differences. First off, the carbon edition comes with a cover for the mast, while the aluminium edition comes without a cover for the mast. Then we're going a little bit of a weight difference as well. That has to do with the performance of your foil setup as well. The aluminium edition has an aluminium fuselage, which is CNC machined to a hydrodynamically optimized shape. This is a solid aluminium, so it's very rigid and strong. However, with the carbon fuselage, we're able to make a lightweight composite construction. So we have a foam core that we wrap with carbon pre-preg, and therefore we achieve a weight saving of 40% over the aluminium fuselage.
And what's the difference in the weight between the masts approximately?
With the mast, it's a little bit different. It's not that significant in terms of the weight saving. On a 72cm mast, the carbon mast weighs around 24% less as an equivalent length AF72 mast.
And what about the weight of the Sonar S270?
They are always the same. Both stabilizers and both packs are the same, so they're both the S270. There's no difference. Perfect. Our aluminium foil editions come with a board adapter. The board adapter can be found in this compartment here. It simply fits over the open end of the mast and gets tied down with 2 and 8x40mm screws. When tightening down the screws, just be conscious that you tie them one by one, always a little quarter each, so you move the mast into the slot equally, and it bottoms out at the bottom of the board adapter. So the bag itself is well padded. We've made it quite spacious, so you can actually place all your foil toys in here. You can put your front wings in, you can put a second mast in here, a couple of stabilizers. There's room for your fuselage. There's a compartment for the board adapter. Over here in this pocket, we have a mesh pocket where you have all your screws and your tools and also your maintenance grease. The screw bags itself are labeled, so you have your screw sizes, and there will be a description here in your box with a quick installation guide that shows you which screw belongs to which part. Also, all our screws are labeled with the size onto them, so it's very easy for you to find, if you look at the quick installation guide, which screws to use for which part. Another important feature on our Sonar Foil system to point out is the industry standard bolt pattern that we use, which is 165 by 90 millimeters. So this will suit most boards on the market.
So Uli, tell us about the benefits of the Dropbox.
Dropbox is a system that we invented where you could leave your screws and your T-nuts attached to your mast and remove the mast out of the mast track from the board. This is really handy to quickly break down your gear or rig it up. All our screws and mounting hardware for the Sonar system are made from stainless steel 316. We have PVD coated these for longevity and durability. All screws are size M8 and feature a Torx T40 tool. For North, you just need one tool to assemble your whole foil system.
So Uli, tell us about the Geolock connection system.
Geolock is a system that we have developed. It is one of the greatest connections between the fuselage and the mast on the markets. Your mast inserts in a counterpart and the screws from the bottom pull the whole thing tight, making the mast and fuselage basically one part. It is common in the industry just to bolt the mast to the fuselage. However, this has one deficit. It means that this connection fully relies on the strength of the screws. Where we've changed the system, we have created a geometry locking connection where the forces gets transferred over the geometry more than the screws. The screws are just in place to hold both together. All your connections you got to consider as weak links, as little hinges. The more rigid you make these connections, the more load gets directly transferred into the foil system. That's what you feel when you're riding. There's no wobbling, there is no energy lost in movements. It's one part, and that's what we're always aiming for.
One way you can really feel it is just to do a test when you get a chance, is flip a board upside down or the foil system upside down and push down on either side of the wing, and you can really feel how rock solid that geometry is.